Welcome everybody, my name is Shortround13. Welcome to another day of streaming The Witcher, The Wild Hunt, DLC, Blood and Wine. We're on episode 18 and this might be the end. So stay tuned. If you like today's content, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and tickle that notification bell to be notified next time I go live. Alright, so, over here. And we're gonna just jump back into this. Alright, so just trying to catch you guys up on where we're at. We had jumped into a fairy tale story to rescue this lady, Samvi. And so now we're trying to escape this realm.
So, what exactly is happening in the city?
Bloodshed, a massacre, which is why we gotta hurry.
You needn't fret. Time flows differently in the Fable Sphere. We can stay here a week, but outside, mere minutes will have passed. Watch out! Pixies!
Wonder what pixies. Alright, we gotta look up what pixies are. They're... I don't know if they're elemental. Oh, they are. Okay, it's good to know. Relics. I think it was that lady on the... Wicked Witch. She was vulnerable against relic oil. We just had to like figure that one out. Making sure I do have an available point. But I need to get 3 more to get up here to Bloodbath. Bloodbath, Adrenaline Rush, Combat, Signs. Dang, crossbow damage. Second Life. Dang, that's pretty good. What is this? Each time you injure in melee combat, the attacking opponent receives. That's pretty cool.
Not the friendliest pixies I've met.
They were put here to protect the Fable Sphere from intruders. Meaning you.
Let's ride the white unicorn. But we also want to look at quests. Okay. It's Roach.
Oh, unicorns! We must catch them. We won't have to walk everywhere then. I call the pink one. Exciting, isn't it? Reminds me of my childhood.
Reminds me of something altogether different.
Care to elaborate?
Rather not. Go, go.
No wolves here. None at all. This is grand. I'm not in any danger. That's him. Joss. They're going to rip him into...
Relax, it's over.
No, it's not. There's more. Another wolf behind you. Ignore him. He always lies.
Aha. Boy who cried wolf. Still does, I suppose. And doesn't, when they actually appear.
The one and only. Listen, you little chit. Jack said you know what's become of his 3 beans. I don't know anything! Not one thing, and besides, watch out! Wolves!
This'll be interesting. Right, let's get to it. Let's say for a minute you know what happened to the red bean. Where wouldn't it be?
For certain, no one swallowed it. Oh no, definitely not that. Of course not. But say someone didn't. Who would it be that didn't swallow it? A human. The most humany human in the land of 1,000 fables. Everyone! Wolves! Run!
Bet you haven't heard what happened to the blue bean. Maybe? Not at all? Right?
I've heard it lies about somewhere, out in the open.
Just like that? No one guarding it?
Nobody. 3 times over. Help! Wolves!
Yellow bean. Don't know a thing about it, right?
It's somewhere very, and I mean very deep. So deep, in fact, it's completely underground. And who has it? A bold farmhand, who in no way and not at all awaits someone. Not in the slightest. Good folk! Wolf! Say that word one more time and I'll chop you up. Feed you to the fishes. Understood?
All right, we should go.
Watch out for wolves!
Tough to talk to, that one.
Was it, though? You need merely remember he always lies. Or more precisely, reverses the truth.
Where to now?
I'm not sure. We should visit some of the other fables. The meaty ones, that is. Perhaps then Joss's hints will make more sense. It's just a few. Red Riding Hood, piglets and bears, 3 of each. And Goldilocks, of course. Then Longlocks, and a little lass who sells flint.
Fine. Let's get to work. Incredible. You must have loved this place.
I did at first. But children get bored quickly. Even tea parties with a whole cackle of princesses eventually turn dull and routine. Dropped a duck egg in the swan's nest once, that sort of thing. Stole the pea out from under the princess, who sleeps to this day, I think. Faster! Come on, you... Know what? They need names. I'll call mine... Anise.
Call mine Roach.
Roach? Are you serious? Ugh.
Blonde curls. Rest of the body's too mutilated. Hard to say anything.
She got what she deserved, as I see it. Always took what she wanted
Hey,
without
magic
asking.
food.
No bean here.
Hey, what up, Brown Shadow? Hey, so just catching you up, we're inside a fairy tale book where we're going back in time to visit the childhood stories of everything. So right now, the lady I'm with right now, we're trying to extract her so that way they can stop the onslaught of the vampires in Balaclor. And so that's where we're at. We're inside a fairy tale book right now. All right, we need oil of the beast. How's your day going today, Brown Shadow?
I will butcher you.
Good, man. Good. We're just kind of relaxing, getting some things done around the house, and just kind of getting ready for the rest of the week. Alright, so this fairy tale that we just came across was Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Alright. So we just got here. There were no beans here. So onward.
Take it easy.
Oh, this
Giddy
looks
up.
like Red Riding Hood's little story. Big Bad Wolf.
Hello? Can we talk?
Watch my head! Damn it all! I swear that was the last time I drank with Redbeard. Oh, Sienna, a bloody long time it's been. You've changed.
Whereas you, not at all, big bad wolf. Though it seems you've started running with the wrong crowd.
And who should I run with, eh? Thumbelina? One shot and she's under the table. But that, what brings you?
You could always have a drink with us.
Oh, what? No! Not on your life. I can barely stand. I'm so
It's
hungover.
supposed to be the wolf
know what they
that
say about the hair of
dresses
the
up as
dog?
the grandma
Out
in
of
the story of Red
question.
Riding
And why
Hood.
must you drink? Do you wish to drown some
So it's like a
sorrow?
werewolf.
And I don't mean to pry, but you don't look much like a young duchess to me.
They stripped me of my title and birthright, then banished me. A family spat, let's say.
Listen, looking for magic beans. Seen any?
I was given one for safekeeping, but...
Where is it? Talk!
Shh, not so loud.
Oh, I can be much louder than this. And resort to other means of persuasion.
Right there, the threats. Sienna to a T. Listen, I exist to restage a fairy tale. If you want to play at it, I'll be happy to oblige. But it won't be easy. The thing is, little Red Riding Hoods popped her clogs.
What?
1,000 times they cut my gut open, filled it full of rocks and drowned me in the river. So once you stopped coming, I decided to repay the little imp for all her loving labor. Now what's at the bottom of the well, she and the hunter, which means we can't play, and I'm under no obligation to talk to you, not about beans, nor anything else. So leave me be.
Damn.
Sod off.
He's being dramatic.
Wolf's pretty cranky.
Surprised? Think about it. He was cast in the role of the Nemesis without ever asking for it. It's a dog's life, I tell you.
So, what now?
Don't worry. I'll play with him. Or rather, play him. I just need that little red hood. The piece of apparel, that is. Not the poor girl's corpse.
That's a relief.
You wish to help me? Here's your chance. Jump in the well and fish it out. Well, chop chop.
Dang. So, I keep seeing ads for The Witcher 2. I can't wait for that to come out. December 17th. Mark your calendar.
All right. Time to jump in the well.
Break a leg.
Go. Have you been playing any of The Witcher there, AJ? Or have you gotten better at the melee or the combat system? Dude, it definitely takes some practice, but you'll get it, man. Just keep it up.
Any luck?
Yep. Look what I got.
That would never fit you. Give it to me. How do I look?
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Let's go see the big bad wolf.
Let me guess. You'll play the granddaughter.
Mm-hmm. And you,
oh, nice.
the hunter.
How's that game going?
You again? I thought I was clear. I will not talk to you if little Red Riding Hood is not with you.
Not a problem. Sienna can take her place.
What? Very well. It's not as if I can forbid you. Granddaughter, come closer, sweetie.
But, Grandmama, what big eyes you have.
The better to see you with, my dear.
Granny, what big arms you have.
The better to embrace you with, my dear.
And Grandmama, what big teeth you have. Eh?
The better to eat you with, my dear.
Oh, and I just get hit in the face. Oh, dang. I didn't know Doom had boss battles now. Let's see here. So I'm fighting a werewolf, so he's definitely cursed. Alright. Dang, my sword like charges up. So like, you saw how at the top where it says 10 next to the sword, it means it's like dealing the max damage on it.
Definitely didn't swallow it.
Mm-hmm. Gotta open his belly. Bottle caps, fake teeth, a corkscrew. Ah, here it is. Red bean.
Well then, one step
One
closer
down,
to
two
our
to
goal.
go.
What?
Now, I find myself wondering if you're just horribly discreet, or if those mutations completely scrubbed away your curiosity. In your shoes, I'd have myriad questions. For instance, Sienna, whatever became of you after they drove you out? But you, nothing. You avoid all talk of it.
Well, since you brought it up, I'd gladly hear about it.
The flower of Toussaint's Knights took me all the way to the Ketdu wilderness and left me there alone, without a copper, in a torn lace dress, right when the frosts were setting in. They assumed something would eat me, or that I'd do everyone a favor and die of hunger. But as always, I failed to live up to expectations. I wandered the woods for a week, went purple from the cold, gnawed the bark from twigs. Finally, I saw a light among the trees. A campsite. They were bandits, bearded, drunk, spattered with blood. I was sure they'd rape me or kill me, or both.
Take it neither happened?
That's when I learned a robber and a murderer can be a better man than a knight in shining armor. They took me in, we set off for Nazaire, and I did what I could to repay them. I advanced in their ranks rather quickly. Eventually, I became their leader. Of the whole ragged band.
Should have stayed there, maybe.
Perhaps. Perhaps I should have forgotten everything, started a new life. But you know what? There came a point when I thought, you wanted a monster. Then a monster you shall get.
Been through a lot.
I have. And throughout this time, my sister was stomping grapes and shagging minstrels on down bedding.
She wasn't the one to banish you.
And I'm not angry at her for that. I'm angry at her because she forgot about me. Right. We've had our chat.
Drama. Magic food. That's locked. Magic gold. Alright. On to the next. Roach is a unicorn.
Faster.
Huh? You know, Geralt has sticky fingers, if you know what I mean. Dang, I wonder if we can ride to the end of the rainbow.
Did you like Anna Henrietta?
Do you jest? I adored her. My darling little sis. So adorable. So sweet. Yet when they banished me from the palace, she didn't so much as peek out of the window.
She might not have known. Maybe just couldn't.
And could she also not grant me amnesty once she was crowned? Please. Oh, the three little pigs, Holmes. Oh, you know the story, don't you? Who's afraid of the big red wolf?
Looks like Big Bad's already blown down the houses of straw and sticks. Brick's the only one left.
We should look inside. Remember Joss's words?
One bean lies out in the open, guarded by 3 nobodies. Yeah, could be it.
Vandal, get him!
Alright. So if the werewolf, he was a beast, these guys are gonna be pigs. I mean, they're also beasts, I guess. Dang, it's crazy. Just we're fighting the childhood stories.
The big bad witcher huffed and puffed, and look, got a bean.
It cannot be.
What cannot be?
You actually have a sense of humor.
Dang.
Why so shocked?
Well, when you arrived, all you did was pout and mumble things in that gravelly monotone. And now this. A jest. And a good one at that. But here we are chatting away when there's work to do. We must keep looking. So, do you like it here?
No, got a problem with magic in general. Illusions, portals, all that. Don't trust any of it.
A bow of old-fashioned tastes, eh? I like that.
I wanted to come explore this miniature castle here. This is pretty cool. Well, it's not in here. Let's run out to the next spot. Oh. Dang it. Let's see here. Let's see if we can go to the end of the rainbow. See if we can find that Lucky Charms. There's the pot of gold. Whoa. Dang. That panther actually startled me for a second. Dang. Huh. Go figure. Go follow the rainbow to the end of the road. Or to the end and find that pot of gold. Classic.
Flint! Cigars! Pipes! Rolling leaves!
Contract from a goose. That's new.
You really aim to concern yourself with that?
A true witcher should never abandon poultry in distress.
A side quest within the story. Yep, Duck Duck Goose. Let's go do it.
Longlock's tower.
Indeed. It's even taller than I remembered.
Wait. What Joss said about the third being, remember?
In the possession of a bold farmhand somewhere deep beneath the ground. Yes, this must be it. Let's go. It always grapple up her braid in the past. Huh? Can't see it anywhere.
We'll find another way.
Oh dang, we're about to get our booties clapped.
Show me what you got.
Dang, that was almost disastrous.
A feather. Broken. There was a fight. Goose feathers. Must have been flapping its wings. Or did it just get plucked?
Watch out! Pixies! Hey, there, in the trees. Some kind of camp?
It's kind of like we're playing Kingdom Hearts a little bit. I don't know if you guys, if you've ever played that or heard about it. Receive a fully charged sword before he steals damage. Killing a foe will fully load. Expend its charge to permanently increase the weapons. Well, a fully loaded sword will expend the charge permanently. Increase the weapon damage. Damage is increased by 34 to maximum of 50. Okay, cool. Star Wars vibes. Alright, let's see here. We want to repair the sword because it's in dire need of repair.
The ghost is ours! The golden eggs as well! You mean to...
But why keep her in a cage? Eggs from free-range birds are so much better. Oh well.
Here it is.
Where's the key?
Got it. Good thing you posted that notice. Never would have found you otherwise.
Golden
Oh,
egg.
look, she laid a golden egg for you.
If only all my employers were that generous. Would have preferred a magic bean, but not about to complain.
I have a feeling that we're gonna need that golden egg once we climb the beanstalk.
Did you really
According
travel all
to
the way here for
the fairy tales, is that the
I
giant
don't believe
at the
it.
top of the Jack and the
Must have had
Beanstalk
another reason.
Well,
is
spent a few idyllic months in Beauclair sometime past. Part of me wants
is
to come back, I think.
he's
Oh, yes.
has a goose
Visit
that
to
lays a golden egg.
sunrise and you'll always long to return.
Whoa, what's that? Let's check it out.
Recognize it? Once upon a time, a terrible dragon attacked Vizima. It took a clever young cobbler to bring about its defeat.
Right. Every now and again, some village idiot tries to imitate him. And I gotta come in to clean up the mess. Just one thing in its gut. A half-digested sheep. Stuffed with tar and sulfur. Of course, but no bean.
Does that not disgust you, poking about in a rotting corpse?
Compared to the time I fought a Zulu in Vizima's sewers, this... never mind. Don't feel like telling that story again.
Wait, what did I say? Pixies are they relics? Let's go 3 little pigs, the beast. Are they? Dang, not relics. Specters. Hymns. Nope. Elemental. There it is. So, also, AJ, when you're playing this game, you definitely want to like follow and try to like unlock all these superior oils because they definitely help out with what did I say these were? Specters? Elemental. Like all these oils, they definitely help a fight. There we go.
Care for a cigarillo? A bit of tobacco? A dab of fistek?
Remind me, what tale are you from?
Sold flints when I was a lass. But no one bought them, so I branched out. Now I deal in snuffs, puffs, all sorts of fun things.
Dang.
What'll you have, sweeties?
Magic beans. Do you have any?
If it's not the new name of some kicker I already have, dearies, then no. But maybe you'd like some.
Hey, where'd you get that ribbon? That's mine.
Is that so? Then why was it lying in the bushes? Finders keepers, sweetheart.
The ribbon. Mind explaining what the fuss is about?
There's not much to explain. I got it from a Turius Vigo when I was a child. It was to protect me from evil. It clearly didn't work, given how I ended up.
But it means a lot to you.
How should I put this? I have so few mementos from my childhood, and the ribbon reminds me of the good old days, when I was someone else.
Dears, could you continue this touching scene elsewhere, You're scaring away my customers.
There's the cat with the hat. Also,
Give Sienna the ribbon.
Puss
Why
in
not,
Boots.
huh?
Sugar plum. The only thing I hand out for free is a first hit. To get them to come back for a second, of course. For
Dang.
all else, you've got to pay.
What if I asked you nicely?
Ask me nicely and I might play you for it. A round of cards?
Dang, we're about to play some Gwent. Let's see what else I could
What
buy
have you
from her.
got to sell exactly?
Like I said,
Dang, I was hoping she had like maybe some cards or something that I could buy. Alright. Oh, wait. Mushrooms. Buy all those up. Poisoned apple. Why not? Gingerbread. Cookies. Alright. Alright,
All
we're
right,
about to use
let's
the
play.
Skilliag
If
deck.
you lose, you give me the ribbon.
Don't get your hopes up. None can best me at Gwent.
Dang, this little lady's a hustler. Alright. So I pretty much can lay down everything else, get 2 more cards. We'll exchange this one. I can change out 1 more. Play my cow. That's weird that she played her cards like that. And then just to double check, I want to look at what their leader card does. Okay, Biting Frost. Alright. That's cool, that's cool. Alright, so 20, 17, we're still beating them by 1. Boom, we beat them. My cow brought out my level 8. Alright, so next. I'll have to watch out, make sure I don't get played. I almost played this card, but then I was like, oh, I'll smoke my own players. Alright, there we go. I only got 15 left. 1 card. We have to take this to the 3rd round. Because then I get 2 more cards randomly from my deck. So I'll lose, but I get 2 more fighting cards. And I could do this.
Rumpel, you're good at this. A word once given. The ribbon's yours. Now skedaddle.
Dang, this lady's gotta hustle.
All right. Tell me
What?
what you want in return. I'm not doing this out of the kindness of your heart.
Don't want anything in return.
Thank you.
Okay, we gotta go up here. We're on the final part. Let's go ahead and save here.
Could pull myself up here, and I'll have to make that jump.
If you say so, I shall wait down here.
Dang.
If it's all the same. Climbing
Looks like this knight.
Prince's corpse. Tried to free Longlocks, but fell and broke his neck.
Dang, would you guys scale a tower? Let's see here. Dang, I get all wobbly knees. Oh, 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 oh. Oh man, the mechanics. I almost was like, sayonara. Nothing out that way. Go inside. Dang. Ew, that's grim. Dang, definitely a specter.
Find yourself by your own head.
Dang, it's messed up.
Yellow beam. Here it is. Would have stunk to climb all that way for nothing.
Dang, the golden threads make me think that Rumpelstiltskin's in here somewhere. Dang, how do we get down? You think we gotta jump from here? Hold on, let's save. Oh, nice. I took a huge leap of faith right there. Felt like I was Ezio from Assassin's Creed.
So?
Got the beam, but Longlocks. Seems she got sick of waiting for a knight in shining armor.
Can you blame her? Men these days, dandies and fops all.
That why you cozied up to a vampire?
Dettlaff was a tool, and only a tool.
Too bad he didn't know that.
I trust no one. Learned that long ago. Now it's his turn.
To use him. Was that your plan from the start?
No. At first I was simply intrigued. Do you know the story? It was in Matina, a few years past. I'd gone there to pass some loot off to a fence I know. We were hashing out the terms when in walked Detlef. He said he'd come to sell a silver candlestick. He gripped it through a cloth. That caught my eye. I followed him out, observed him from a distance, but he caught on quickly.
Yeah, superhuman senses will do that.
He turned down a blind alley. I followed. He jumped out from behind a crate, baring his teeth. I suppose he'd wanted to frighten me. Alas, he didn't in the least. After all, I'm a monster too, am I not?
A higher vampire and you were unimpressed? Don't know if that's brave or just plain foolish.
I've always had a way with ostensibly dangerous, quiet types.
That's supposed to be about me too?
Ugh, bother, I hate to disappoint you, Geralt, but your belly button is not the center of the known world.
That's a good one.
You do remind me of him a bit. Stifling all emotions inside you. Ever feigning indifference. You see, when I met Detlef, somehow I knew, call it intuition, that he meant me no harm, that he was trying to frighten me off, for he too was scared. Now do you understand?
I guess. What happened then?
We talked, then met up once, twice, 3 times. Enough that he became infatuated. I truly enjoyed it at first, but only at first. He did not love like a man, but like an animal, madly, deeply, unconditionally, wildly. To return such a feeling, anyone would be hard-pressed, let alone someone as twisted as I am.
So there came a day you just up and disappeared.
Yes, there was no other way. Let's just be friends, or I don't deserve you. He'd never have understood that sort of thing. But then, once I decided to return, clean up some old affairs, I remembered him and concluded he could still be of use.
Playing with fire, that.
Definitely. And either I'll get burned, or I'll burn all else down. No other options.
Got a history with Detlef now, so this meeting will be different. Not afraid?
I can handle him.
Mm-hmm. Sure about that?
You look at him as a witcher and see a monster. I know what he's really like. You needn't worry. It's time to go. Just a bit more work and we'll be able to say sort off to this fecking fable sphere.
I like how they change the wording,
Now
but it still sounds the same.
Longlock's tower. Then prepare to meet the giant.
$38.
Right, this is the spot. Pull out the beans.
4-leaf clovers.
Wait!
Why?
This stalk will sprout abruptly. Very abruptly. We must be careful.
All right, toss them.
Dang. What if it was like came out all slow and stuff and she was making fun of him?
Something's always gotta go wrong.
The home stretch.
Dang. Oh, good thing they moved, because then that would have just hit her in the face.
Incredible.
Admire the view later. First, we must deal with... him.
Oh, jeez. Alright, well, an ogre. He is... We're gonna have to apply the Ogrenoid oil. And I think I just did a cannonball. There we go. That was easy. So also another thing in these kind of RPGs, AJ, is that anytime attacking somebody from behind, you get double the damage because you're like attacking their flank, which is their like weak spot.
Getting close to the exit at this point.
Noted when you're like fighting like a couple monsters.
You're wrong.
Always want to try to get to their back. If you can't, usually their back is armored, so that way you have to like attack them from the front.
That so? How? Plan to use me like you did Deadloff?
No, I need you for a purpose far simpler. Well, don't just stand there and stare. I need a man, Geralt, and I'm not afraid to say it. I have no idea what awaits me once we leave this place. Treat it as my last wish.
Dang. I don't know about that. Because by choosing this, I might get my channel shut down, so... Not today, there, CD Projekt Red.
Another time, another place, maybe. No offense.
None taken. You spoke clearly, you spoke honestly. It's fine. The exit's this way.
Will-o'-the-wisp. I think it's got something to show us.
Careful. It's not to be trusted.
Dang, got a new sword? Hells yeah. Let's go check out this sword. Dang. I don't know that we can give this one up though. Because killing a foe with a fully loaded sword will expend its charge to permanently increase the weapon's damage. Damage is increased by 42. Maximum of 50. Increasing along with your character's level. So let me do a little weapon repair. And now comparing the swords. Still plus 40. But each blow generates a charge which increases sword damage by 10%. Charges lose over time or when receiving damage. A fully charged sword always deals critical hit damage. 684, 682 is the max damage that goes to, but 558, and that one's at 560. I would say the sword I currently have definitely does more. And also it's the sword that I got from the lady in the lake, so we're going to stick with that. I'll get back up here. Oh, dang it. Oh, there we go. Also, AJ, when you're like traversing, if you see like stones that look like that, where it looks like water ran down it at one time, that's just like a signal that you can climb these rocks. Another tip. Also, like, that's another thing too, when you're comparing weapons, look at their abilities compared to what you're putting on.
My Jew.
Doubt we would have figured you out if you hadn't tried to get them. Know that, don't you?
I do. And I regret nothing. One lives but once. Here, we need but jump into the well. You first.
Alright, so we're going back to Balaclare, where a bunch of vampires are ravaging the city because the lady that I'm with played this other vampire who was, a good vampire, and he's mad that he got played.
Portals in a fountain? Not terribly practical.
It was a secret passage. Henriette and I would use it to...
hide from your governess, which luckily she noted down in her diary, thus I knew where to await you. Never mind that. Has the young lady agreed to help clean up the mess she's made?
She has. And stop treating me as if I were a child.
Would you prefer I treated you like the lying manipulator you are?
Calm down, both of you.
But...
No buts. Let's go. Really want to be done with this.
Geralt hates dealing in these kind of politics stuff. He just wants to keep it simple. Get a contract, figure out how to deal with the monster, and then get paid. Boom. Ding. Went up another level. Okay, AJ, have fun trick-or-treating.
Nice place.
Tell Mikey I
Isn't
say, or tell
Some
Mikey that
lovely
Corey
view
and
of the
I
valley.
say hello.
On a clear day,
And
you can see the
be safe
outlines
out there,
of
guys.
downtown.
Oh, and don't forget to
Is
like
it,
the
though?
video, and then
A
check
ruin
back
like any
in
other, I
if
think.
you want to see how
so
this ends,
sensitive,
because I'm feeling
so
that this is the
aware.
end of the game.
Honestly, what did Detlef ever see in you?
Perhaps he'll tell you himself.
You nervous?
Mm-hmm. It's always a bit nerve-wracking meeting an ex. Especially so when said ex is a vampire.
I doubt he'll be in the mood for jests.
I know. May I be honest? Yes, I'm nervous. I really would prefer just to run off. I gave my word I would help, I know. But how much is that worth? Yet I owe him this meeting. And that is that.
Let's get ready. Deadloff will be here any moment now.
A raven.
Sienna, I have a question I must ask you. Did you truly feign it all? That which bound us was a ruse?
Detlef, it's not that simple.
Oh no, it's very simple. You either deceived me or not. In forgiving you, I grieve. For now, we must part.
What? But how?
Dang.
The ribbon?
Ha! Seems I've been fooled again. She will pay for this, sooner or later. She will pay! You never should have meddled with her!
Dang, crazy, I got that ribbon. Dang, this is like something out of Twilight. Alright, well, we're fighting the vampire again. So we need some of this, and I feel like this is gonna be the final fight, so.
Just the last. You tricked me. Both of you!
Didn't plan.
Silence!
Dang. His power level's over 9,000.
If you acknowledge gods, start playing now.
Oh, dang. Oh, my lantern. Oh my gosh, this guy's like... Dang. Does that mean he's about to become a vampire? Oh, great.
Prepare to die, Witcher!
Oh, my Lanta. Oh, he's gonna start to regenerate. He's a vampire. Or I thought only a higher vampire can kill another higher vampire. Uh-oh. See that in the background?
Leave him to me. Be gone.
I can't let...
I insist.
Dang, I think that would have been a screenshot right there, but oh well. Squeezing my face. We did it. I think that's the end of the game.
My, what a smashing ensemble. You wear it well.
Shut up. I look like a twit.
The caftan is sewn of the best fabrics available, and according to the best tailoring practices. But one must have a modicum of taste to appreciate this. Even the most exquisite robes cover only deficiencies in beauty, never in refinement.
Usually wear something different, better suited to my trade. Got nothing against this particular outfit, though. Just don't exactly feel comfortable in it. And I despise formal occasions.
Nothing one can't get accustomed to. Now, be so kind as to stand still. All that being as it may, Toussaint's highest honor, the Order of Vitis Vinifera, demands appropriate attire. The Duchess cannot be expected to drape the medal on a suit of armor caked in mud. Palace protocol places enormous emphasis on form, virtuous tradition, etiquette.
Dang.
A tradition
So,
which values
good thing we
appearances ahead
saved
of
the
all else,
sister
which calls for
by
lordly,
playing that
glistening
one little
triviality
girl in that game of
and misplaced
cards
generosity.
and got that ribbon.
Sound wistful. Pensive, Regis. That because they refuse to buy you a new outfit?
Hardly. It's the tone I ever adopt when I find myself pondering, which, believe it or not, happens quite a lot. Besides, I've no need for a new outfit as I shall not be attending the ceremony.
Why not?
Because unlike you, I don't have to. I shall begin to pack my belongings instead. I trust you'll join me later, once you're richer by a medal and a fascinating new experience?
Count on it. Sound wistful. Pensive, Regis. That because they refuse to buy you a new outfit?
Hardly. It's the tone I ever adopt when I find myself pondering, which, believe it or not, happens quite a lot. Besides, I've no need for a new outfit as I shall not be attending the ceremony.
Why not?
Because unlike you, I don't have to. I shall begin to pack my belongings instead. I trust you'll join me later, once you're richer by a medal and a fascinating new experience?
Count on it. Ceremonies, medals honoring virtues, just keeps coming up.
I've had no reprieve either. And I keep thinking of the last great virtue, compassion. It's the one piece of the puzzle that never seemed to fit.
Mean you suddenly believe the 5 virtues theory, after all we've revealed?
It's not a question of belief, superstition, or old wives' tales. It's a conclusion derived through exercising pure logic. Siana planned everything in advance. Had we not stopped her, surely there'd have been a 5th victim. One the gossips would have associated with a lack of compassion.
Her plans don't matter now. Can't act on them. Ask the messenger who delivered my invitation to the ceremony. Siana's in the palace. Courtiers pressured the Duchess to lock her in a tower.
Do you care not a whit who else was in her black book? We've some time before the ceremony. We could still chat with that boot-cleaning urchin. He was the one to pass the victims' names to Dettlaff. Perhaps we missed something.
Regis, Bootblack didn't say anything about making deliveries when we talked to him. How do you know he handled the letters?
While you basked in glory and tried on new formal wear, I conducted a little investigation of my own. You'd be very proud to see how I conducted myself. I began by concocting an ample supply of boot wash for our enterprising young friend. I'd observed that among street folk, amidst their society as a whole, reciprocity takes precedence over all other codes, and thus no good deed goes unrewarded. Of course, the same holds true for malicious or destructive deeds.
The letters. What's the connection?
When the bootblack arrived to collect his bucketful, he hinted he knew more. Simply put, we'd failed to ask the proper questions when we chatted earlier. It took a bit more tongue-loosening, but ultimately he spoke. He admitted he'd handed Dettlaff the letters. He knew this information was valuable to me. In providing it, he was simply repaying me.
As ideas go. You're right, Nanta. Let's go.
All in all, why not check up on that? We'll go together, assuming we're done here.
I am done, yes. It lies in your hands now to see if you are able to present my handiwork at the ceremony with the dignity it is due. Or if you will first destroy it, crawling about the city's underbelly.
Promise to be careful.
The Scooby-Doo episode is not over just yet.
Oh, it's the swordsman. Good to see you. Here for a spiffing? Dirty boots are a stain on professional dignity, you know. Step on up.
Need to ask you something.
Yet again? Go on then. I'm a proponent of free speech and I will gladly tell you all I know. But why not get your boots shanked while we jabber?
Guess they could use a spit and polish.
Then I shall take advantage as well. A friend of mine used to say boots should be as clean as the soles that wear them.
Clean boots, clean soles. A fine slogan.
How's business?
Well enough. I can't complain. Though it'd be even better were certain folk to sit down for a shine as they stood and chatted.
Man in the frock coat. You passed him some letters, remember?
Why, of course. I'm young, got a mind like a steel trap, but...
If you're about to tell me this information will cost me, forget it. How'd you get those letters?
Beggars brought them.
Why didn't you tell us this before, when we first talked?
You didn't ask about beggars now, did you?
Beggars. Tell us more about them. How many were there?
Why, 4. One for each letter.
Just 4? Sure you didn't get a 5th?
I can't count, you know.
Remember anything else? These beggars have anything in common?
What? Come now. Each was different. Some had mismatched boots, others had no boots at all. Oh, I know! They all had no home!
Kid, my patience is starting to run a little thin. Now think hard. Remember what they looked like?
Of course. I've a mind like a steel trap, as I said. They were ragged, unshaved. Their clothes were tattered. As to their boots, well, I mentioned that already.
Geralt, allow me to ask a question. Listen, lad. I'll be glad to mix another batch of that boot shine for you. But you must focus now and tell us all you know. Where can we find the beggars?
Well, at the shelter, most like.
Where's that?
Everyone knows. It's just round the corner. Up those stairs, then right.
Thanks, kid. For your trouble. We must visit the shelter. Look around inside.
You've to move your little camp elsewhere, got it? This is a decent district. We need no filth folk butting about.
Gentlemen, there's no need to raise your voices. Let's keep our calm.
You? What do you want?
To talk.
Here, that's a waste of breath. We've tried it, only to tire our lips. We'll use other means of persuasion now.
Gentlemen, calm, please.
Either get out along with these flea-ridden vagabonds, or we'll toss you all out. Our patience is gone. This place is no longer a rank refuse dump.
Scram! Decent folk live here.
The shelter, them living here, bothers you. Question is why.
Look, Ballard. Another defender of the poor, fighter for justice.
Damn nuisance. We've our women and young folk living next door, when even grown men fear to walk past such rabble.
Decent folk you mention. Mean yourselves?
Why? Do you doubt it?
Hell yes.
Hear that, Artois? He poking insults us. On our own turf.
We should step aside, good fellow. My friend is perfectly capable of settling this unfortunate dispute on his own.
Not your lucky day.
Puppy dobber. I almost dumped my guts in fear.
Shit.
Come now, twitcher. Try me.
Shut up and fight.
Ow!
All right. I can take a hint. Come, time to go.
I thank you so much for your aid. I tried to reason with them, but they'd have beat me blue had you not come along. I'm grateful. Immensely.
What did they want from you?
They are neighbors. Wish me to take my folk, the shelter, elsewhere. They dislike that I help the beggars. I do not oppose going elsewhere were we to have somewhere to go. But you've come with a problem, have you? My turn to aid you.
What is this place? Poorhouse?
You could call it that. They come here to rest and eat a hot meal.
You help them, why?
Because they need help.
Need some information. Looking for a man who might have mentioned the Boot Black in Rue de Garl.
The Boot Black? A feisty lad. I know him.
Any of your, wards supposed to meet him recently or soon?
Forgive me. Those I help and I are not so close that I would know. But should you wait, they'll all soon come for their meal. You can question them yourselves.
Sure all your usual beggars will be here?
They're not obliged to come, of course. But they rarely find a decent meal elsewhere. So, almost all in the area eat here.
Thanks. We'll wait. Nice of you to let us.
My dears, I've a matter to address before I serve the soup. These two gentlemen have some questions of you. Pay attention. Answer in brief. For if you draw it out, your soup will go cold. And we wouldn't want that, would we?
Recently, 4 of you delivered sealed letters to the Boot Black. I know this.
Does anyone know what the gentleman means? Go on, speak up. Romain?
Why should I squeal? We were all told not to mention the letters. We all swore.
You can tell me, Romain. You were given a letter and you delivered it, right? Good work, Romain. Thank you. Who else?
I got one too. Gave it to the Boot Black. And Freshy, he got one. But he can't tell you, as he's not here.
I still have mine. I'm to deliver it 2 days after the Feast of St. Barnabas.
It's a matter of importance to the Duchy. Hand it over, or I'll take it from you, plain and simple.
But I was to deliver it personally. Let no one else see it. That is what she said, and she was frightening.
You ought to heed folk who are kind and honest. These men helped me a short while ago, helped all of us. If this individual threatened you, you need not keep the promise you made.
All right, take it. I didn't want to see the boot black anyways. It's always muddy there.
Damn it.
What is it? Another name, truly?
See for yourself.
Well, well. I must say, even I did not expect this. This time you will see to our Duchessa. It seems we underestimated Sienna rather grossly.
Judging by this, Detloff was literally supposed to tear her heart out.
Yet first you must snap her neck. Puzzling.
Puzzle complete now?
Alas, the matter's ceased to be a tantalizing brain teaser and has turned incredibly grave. We've proof of a plot to assassinate Toussaint's ruler. We've proof of a coup d'etat.
Duchess was to be Detloff's last victim. Sienna planned it from the start.
Indeed. The logical conclusion, Geralt.
4 seemingly random victims to start. The virtue's their only link. Enough to get folk talking about a righteous, vengeful beast. Obscured the victims' links to Sienna, even as she had those she despised killed off one by one, leaving the Duchess for last.
Had she managed to fulfill her plan, none would have questioned the reasons. Most would have thought Anna Henrietta had died for her sins. She was known to show a hard heart on many occasions. Ample proof of a lack of compassion.
Why would Sienna murder her own sister? Out of envy? To take power? From an inborn penchant for evil?
Yes, yes, and yes. All seem likely, and none are mutually exclusive. But if you'd like to know for certain, you could always ask her yourself.
Think it's a good idea? After all, we foiled her carefully planned scheme. Think she'll even want to?
Talk to you? Would it harm you in any way to try? Some philosophers think empirical examination the sole path to knowledge. I believe you mentioned the Duchess keeps Sienna locked up.
Courtiers were insisting on a harsher punishment. Much harsher. Think Anna Henrietta had to protect her sister from a lynch mob as much as she wanted to protect her subjects from a criminal. One way or another, she's locked away in a secluded wing of the palace, awaiting trial before a court of law. I'd need to get past some guards to see her. Coming with?
Of course not. I shall await you at Mare la Chaise-Longue. I'll not risk entering the palace after Detloff and his minions rampage. Besides, I vastly prefer the company of a simple mug of mandrake brew to that of the Duchess's vile sister.
So, said straight up, it means you're going off to get drunk because you hate Sienna.
I've never been fond of categorical statements of that kind, but I admit I could not vouch for my behavior in her presence. She treated Detloff cruelly, caused his death in the end, and now this? Atop all that? No, Geralt. I will not go with you. I will await you at the cemetery.
Nice. Counterattack's already there. Crushing blows.
Take it easy.
Halt!
Need to see Sienna, urgently.
In the matter of?
Want to talk to her. It's important.
Want to talk? Go see your gran at tea time. Not one locked up on the Duchess's orders. No doing without special permission. Period.
Found some information important to her case. Need an explanation, urgently.
Ah, fine then. You're that witcher who solved the murders, no? Then you've my permission, but only for a few minutes.
Promise to be brief.
The Witcher will speak with the inmate. You can take a momentary break.
As long as it's truly but a moment. Highly irregular, this.
Have you come to see how I fare? I'm fine, thank you. Artorius' ribbon worked wonders. It's a shame they took it from me.
I know who the fifth victim was supposed to be.
Goodness, you're simply a compulsive snoop. I'm in prison. Detlef is dead. Could you not just drop it?
Sienna, stop pretending you couldn't care less. I know it's an act, and it's really starting to wear. Why'd you want to kill her?
For such an accomplished investigator to ask about the obvious? Come now, Geralt. Why do you think?
Because she turned her back on you, then banished all memory of you?
Bravo, Geralt. Yet another riddle solved, and your sick curiosity sated. Well, what now? Off to share your discovery with Anna Henrietta? Oh, she's no longer in danger, true. But she very well might add a little something to your reward.
Definitely gonna tell her. Not necessarily for the coin, though.
Then why do it at all?
She ought to know. If only 'cause you'll probably try to kill her again if she ever lets you out.
I probably will.
Perhaps, just for a second, you could stop dwelling on all the wrongs folk have done you, and forgive her.
Why should I?
For old time's sake. You loved each other once.
Please. I don't know who fed you that rubbish, but...
Read your governess's diary. You played together, were inseparable. Henriette'd get you into trouble sometimes, sure. But there were also times she stood up for you. When you had nightmares, only she could calm you. Time eats away at memories, distorts them. Sometimes we only remember the good. Sometimes only the bad.
If she loved me so, why did she wash her hands off me? Forget me, hmm?
Don't know. But you could just ask her instead of sending monsters after her.
There's nothing she could say to change what she did to me, to justify it.
Maybe. But there's nothing out there to justify what you did to her and all Toussaint. Yet Anna Henrietta hasn't given up on you.
Ugh. You really want a happy ending, don't you? Ah, with all of us living happily ever after. Go, Witcher, or they'll give your medal to another. And that would be a shame.
Farewell, Sienna.
We're getting pretty good at solving these mysteries there, chat.
Commander de la Tour would like to see you. Shall we go at once?
Love you, Don.
Need to tend to one thing.
So be it.
You imagine if, like, you were at, like, castles like this, your, like, calves would be crazy strong from having to climb all these stairs every day.
How is it that you guessed?
Damien.
Geralt, it's about time. Ready for the ceremony?
Got some important information. Anna Henrietta was supposed to be Detloff and Sienna's 5th victim.
You are certain of this?
Completely. Found proof.
Inconceivable. How could she? The murders, the mayhem she brought down on the city, were they not enough? She sought to strike down her own sister, her liege. Traitor. I must alert my men. Enlarge the Duchess's honor guard. Make certain Sylvia Anna is closely watched during the questioning. I'll see to it personally. I thank you, Witcher, for alerting me, and I appreciate your attentiveness. Let's begin the ceremony. Come with me. The Duchess awaits. In the Guild's name, I beg your assistance, your enlightened highness. Without barrels, production will come to a stop, and it will be the end of us.
You lost them all in the fire. These are horrible tidings. Oh, we are most dreadfully saddened.
Yes, your enlightened highness all. Once the beasts had clawed their way into the warehouse, the whole place went up in flames.
I shall dispatch a palace guardsman to examine the site of the blaze. If things are, as you say, fitting compensation shall be paid from the ducal treasury.
Thank you, your enlightened highness. Your Grace, Geralt of Rivia has arrived.
My dear subjects, we come now to our next point of business. Of all the duties which fall upon my shoulders, as the ruler of this dominion, this duty is dearest to my heart. For now, we shall award the Order of Vitis Vinifera, Tucson's highest honor.
Geralt of Rivia, slayer of the beast of Beauclair, step forth.
We bestow the distinction upon the Witcher, who saved Beauclair from the terrible beast. Such is our desire. May this symbol serve as a reminder to all that the Witcher shall forever remain a friend of Beauclair. In more familiar terms now, I thank you immensely, Geralt. Damien has your reward for you. After all, it was but a contract.
Thank you.
I have a small surprise for you, in addition. I give you more than a dozen barrels of Son Real, a wine normally reserved for the ducal table. The gustatory experience of a lifetime awaits. Are you content?
I am, and truly grateful, Your Grace. Sadly, I'm afraid I have to sour the mood. It's Sienna. She plotted to have you killed, Duchess. Planned to use Detloff. You were to be the beast's 5th victim.
This cannot be true. You're mistaken. You must be.
I have proof.
I do not believe it. In a moment I shall speak to Siana. Will you assist me? You returned my sister to me, yet what you tell me now I find devastating. I've come to doubt that I can judge her fairly. I'd far prefer to learn you're mistaken, Geralt.
I'm not. In fact, I'd recommend you be particularly careful around her.
You exaggerate, Witcher. She is my sister. I know well how to speak to her.
If my presence will help in any manner, of course I'll stay.
We shall now question a person implicated in the murders which recently ravaged our fair city of Beauclair. Captain de la Tour, show Sylvia Anna in.
The Witcher will take part in our talk.
The Duchess requested I be present.
You have committed crimes. Grave crimes. Yet you are my sister, and my heart does not allow me to treat you as a common criminal. Nor does it let me believe you sought my demise. My heart yearns to know you were swayed by the monster Dettlaff. You yourself would never stoop so low. Thus I have asked Geralt to advise me, as one impartial. I shall now hear what he has to say.
That's all that.
Bitterness consumes Siana. She had cause to resent many of the court of Beauclair. I know her reasons, understand them even. But I can't condone the actions she chose to take.
What is he talking about, Siana?
You know exactly what. I was forcibly exiled, remember? To your benefit. You knew well the throne would then be yours, though I was the elder. The ministers I can understand. They'd hated me since I was a child, thought me a poor prospect for the wife of a duke. I even understand our parents. I'd always sensed the problem. They simply feared me, for I dared to be free. That fabricated curse, it fell into their laps. A gift from above that brought relief. But you... your dagger hurt most. You were my Henrietta, damn it. My darling little sister. Now do you understand, Witcher? She betrayed me.
Claim to understand them all? Why'd you come back for revenge? Have them all cut down, then?
They deserved my vengeance. They detested me, all of them, as long as I can remember. But Henrietta understood me. Once. She was all I could cling to. Her betrayal hurt the most.
You were children then. You and your sister both had no control over what happened.
You're wrong, Witcher. She had control. Remember, dear sister? The day they banished me from the palace. Of course, I'd had the idea to pelt the Nilfgaardian envoy with fish bladders, which we filled with rancid suet on a lark. And which you set afire at the last, to impress me, I imagine. And I admit, you did. Hit him right in his hideous bald patch. Never laughed so hard in my life. But when it came time to find the culprit, you said not a word. I took all the blame and all the punishment.
It's true. I did not stand up for you. I was too afraid.
The council was unanimous. They listed all my offenses. My flights from the palace. Supposed acts of cruelty. Inappropriate friendships. They cast me out. But you, the only one to understand me, you cowered in a corner, lifted not a finger to help. Not before, not after. You never tried to find me.
That's not true. I searched for you, sent out knights, gathered tidings from without. You did not wish to be found. Since the day you vanished, I have lived with the knowledge that I failed you. I'm sorry, dear sister. Can you forgive me?
All in all, best part of the whole ceremony? It was short.
Perhaps for you, as you ducked out early. The others are probably just getting started. The drunkenness never ends in this quaint realm.
Not so fond of Toussaint after all, are we?
Oh, this place is like a strong wine, Geralt. Good in small sips. How do you find my personal brew? Not too strong?
Just right.
Credit the local mandrake of the Alrauna diavolis variety for that. The tubers which grow in this area's volcanic soil have an altogether unique flavour profile and display a remarkably uncommon dark brown tint.
Fascinating. All I can say is this batch turned out excellent.
Indeed. It might be wise to stockpile some roots for the future. Would you care to accompany me?
If you think it's a good idea, let's go. But I think you might be forgetting one thing. Fresh mandrake root of this variety is highly toxic, even to a witcher.
Ah, not a problem. I never forget matters of safety and hygiene in alchemy. Here, gloves and a mask. Don them, and you shall be in no danger.
Thanks. Right then, let's go.
This moonlight makes me, oh, so dreamy.
Penny for your thoughts. Let me guess. Succubus twins?
No, I was thinking about, oh, how anything can look interesting when properly lit.
Even an old necrophage corpse?
You've not an ounce of refinement in you, have you?
Now, where'd that bloodsucker go? Won't be easy to track down. He's a vampire after all.
Regis!
Damn it, where'd you go?
I did what I had to do!
Those Bruxay, they called you a traitor.
Alas, we've a very simple code of honor, we vampires. So simple you might call it trivial. Either one is with us, unconditionally, regardless of the circumstances, or...
Won't let it go, will they?
They will not. Fortunately, we've another rule, an unwritten one, and just as trivial as the first. It is neatly summarized in the saying, out of sight, out of mind. That is why I must leave Toussaint. For a vastly long time, most like.
Yeah, I get it.
Let us make for my camp. I've an overwhelming desire to have another drink. Supreme bouquet. Firm, defined beginning, then develops gently, rising to a startling finish. Don't you think?
Not much of a connoisseur.
Then it is high time you started your education. After all, the Corvo Bianco vineyard is now yours. By the way, I left a gift for you at your new home. On the nightstand.
Thanks. Mind telling me what it is?
A trifle. That will nonetheless be useful should you need mutagens. Incidentally, have you thought about what you'll do with your prize? Shall you hang your swords over the mantle and take to pruning vines?
Don't really know yet. Might find the life of a hard-working vintner too tempting one day. Or maybe I'll just stick to the path, go on roaming, staring up at the stars after laying my bedroll at the roadside.
Ah, roadsides, bedrolls, and the sky above. I sense some poetry coming on, which of course brings to mind Dandelion. I can remember a night, not too far from here if I'm not mistaken. We hid in a cave while a blizzard raged all about. Does that sound at all familiar?
How could it not? We just set off to rescue Ciri from Vilgefortz.
Oh, our encounter with Vilgefortz. That is something I do not remember so fondly. But that first stay in Beauclair, far calmer than this one.
Seemed like a land straight out of a fairy tale back then. Its sole problem, cellars too small to accommodate all that wine.
Appearances, Geralt. Appearances, like Mamoons and Dopplers, deceive. So what did become of Vilgefortz?
Killed him. Sure wasn't easy, though. What about you? Any idea where you'll go?
Distance is of the essence. I thought I might venture south.
Nilfgaard?
Why ever not? The Nilfgaardians are a modern society. None there believe in vampires anymore. This fact alone could be very useful to one wishing to remain incognito.
Interesting point of view. I so don't feel like going anywhere.
Boom,
Sit
we
here
did
a
it,
while
guys.
longer.
We did it,
So
number one.
we shall, my friend. We have witnessed, and in fact on several occasions incited, many great and weighty events. After all that toil, I believe we deserve a bit of a rest.
That we do.
Alright, guys. We did it. We finished the Blood and Wine DLC. We completed all the tasks in there, and we completed all the side quests. So we basically got all the content we could out of that DLC, which was amazing. I really liked about that whole DLC was being able to play basically in a fairyland tale of knights and courts and whatnot. And then jumping into the fairy tale was even awesome, or into the little fairy tale book, because then it went on to, playing on the childhood stories of, what we all grew up on. Um, Definitely. So we're gonna let the credits play out here. I'm going to stop the stream and freshen up a little bit, and then we'll probably jump into some Warzone a little bit just to play it out a little bit before I have some other errands I gotta run this evening. But definitely fun game playing The Witcher, The Wild Hunt. CD Projekt Red did a really awesome job in making this game. Eventually, when I cross over to PC gaming, I'd like to get into Cyberpunk 2077. But that's down the road and don't know when that'll be. By that time, hopefully CD Projekt, or I mean, Cyberpunk will have all its patched up patches and everything, so that way the game will run smooth and it'll definitely take a whole new take on it. As for me, because I've never, played that game before, so we'll see how that all plays out. All right, we're gonna let these credits roll out just because we gotta, you know, give credit to all the people who took the time in making this game. So we're just gonna let this run here for a little bit. While the credits are rolling, I'm gonna go use the restroom. So I'll be back. Alright, the credits are still rolling. While that's going on, I'm gonna look at some movie times. Alright, there we go. I think it's the end. Phew, that was a lot of people, right? So now that we properly introduced, we'd like to thank you one last time. Blood and Wine is the end of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. We will call it the Sweet and Tears or Damn, we'll miss this, but we couldn't. However, as a studio, we've already embarked on other adventures. We promise you'll hear about them soon, and Geralt will always have a special place in our hearts, and we hope that he'll have a special place in yours. Thank you for playing, thank you for supporting us, and thank you for spending your hard-earned money on our game. We hope you had fun. Love, CD Projekt Red. I think they were announcing Cyberpunk 2077 right there.
Actually, I'd love to go home.
One last mission to go home. Let's see your quests. Oh yeah, we gotta go see what Regis left us.
Let's go.
All possible punishment of visitors.
Slow now.
Master Witcher, some unknown individual barged into the residence. I resisted as best I could, but to no avail.
Who is it?
Alas, they did not do me the basic courtesy of introducing themselves.
Unexpected as ever. And beautiful as ever.
Won't you even ask why I've come? Or how I found you?
Wouldn't get a straight answer anyway.
Quite true.
Used to bother me, all your secrets. Now I know if you have something to tell me, you'll tell me. Don't need to ask.
I missed you, Geralt. Madly. Come outside. We can hold hands and stare at the sky, like some shitty two-crown romance.
Seems a little suspect.
Brought quite a few books. Let me guess. Working on a new spell?
Not at all. These aren't grimoires, just pleasure reading. The Name of the Orchid. A widower for half a year.
Always thought you too busy to make time for something as impractical as pleasure reading.
Because I was. But now I'm not. A few weeks ago, I awoke to the realization that I know not what to do next. I have no plan. I have no goal. And you know what? I like that. Finally, I can stop thinking about politics and focus on what's important to me. which is why I came here.
Liking Toussaint so far?
The landscape's lovely and the towns are charming, no question about that.
But
But the southern sun plays havoc with my wardrobe. To be blunt, wear black down here and you're pretty damn hot.
Might need to think about changing your color palette. Off-white and pea green, for instance.
And I'll wear scents distilled from turnips and daisies. I think I shall simply stay in the shade, and you'll bring me cool drinks at regular intervals.
Bring you whatever you want. You know, feels kind of strange having a home.
I must say I never pictured you owning real estate.
Was something of an accident, but I'm not about to complain. Yen, back then, before we fought the hunt, said you wanted to run away with me to the world's end. This vineyard, good enough?
Yes, although there's one thing missing.
Namely?
I shall give you a hint. It's large, white, has 4 legs, category taxidermy.
Oh yeah, the unicorn. Fine. You can bring it down here.
I knew you'd see things my way.
Ever thought this day would come? Me and you, peace and quiet, bees buzzing, birds chirping.
I almost regret delaying so long before coming to you. I was quite the silly goose.
You have doubts? Though I imagine it might have been hard coming after me. Always were proud as a peacock.
Please, Geralt. I'm not like other sorceresses to feel that following someone means my wings have been clipped.
Ooh, watch what you say about your colleagues. Remember, it's an ill bird that fouls its own nest.
Well said, Witcher. You're not only handsome, but wise, too. I feel a bit like the cat that got the canary.
Yeah, and I'm... Damn it, you win. This time.
Ha!
How'd that start, anyway? Our duels and wordplay.
Forgotten? It was at a vernissage in Banard. You started it to keep from going mad with boredom. I remember finding your sense of humor both groan-worthy and somehow endearing. Never change, Geralt. I beg you.
So, talk again later?
Of course. I'm not going anywhere.
Dang, I have no quest to do anymore. Dear Geralt, if you're reading these words, it means I'm already far beyond the borders of Toussaint, and you have found my mutagen generator, of course. You may dub the instrument however you like, perhaps something more fitting to your taste, or better reflecting its functions, for I have no doubt your knowledge on the subject of mutagens is far more profound and thorough than mine. I've been working on this device in my spare time, but now finishing, I am convinced as an inventor that can be before his invention has been used as intended. Of the usefulness of the apparatus, you are surely wondering what function it is meant to serve. As the name indicates, the mutagener generates mutagens. It operated by absorbing electromagnetic energy waves from the bodies, in case the bodies of the monsters and evildoers you kill. And when it has absorbed enough so as to be charged a critical amount, the mutagen changes its stored energy into a greater mutagen. which I suspect you'll make good use of. As you surely understand, I am an amateur engineer, which is why you must forgive the lack of ability for to direct this operation, which mutagen emerges as a result is determined at random, meaning chance will decide is green, red, or blue mutagen. Chance, yet I've noted that the colors tend to alternate. By and large, I trust you should find my gift great useful. Your dearly devoted friend, Regis. Super long PS. You might be wondering why I decided to toss me to your home instead of simply handing it to you in person. Well, you must know that I did it out of modesty, believe it or not. Take care, Carol. I sound like a robot, man? Dude, I was just trying to like read through that super quick. I wasn't meaning to be elegant. But thanks for stopping by, man. It's good to hear from you. Alright. Alright, and we can store that. Oh, hold on, I gotta store these things. And then put on these gloves. Yeah, I was just reading through that, man. It was just trying to get through that little reading thing. When I read other things, I'll be more elegant. Alright, can store that away. We're gonna go ahead and store this other stuff away. But pretty much, by tuning into the stream, I had just beat this game. So I'm about to end this stream and then probably start back up with another one. But I am also going to be running out and going to watch 007. So I'm excited for that. Let's see here. Yeah, pretty much beat the game. I don't have any more quests. And this is it. So we're gonna go ahead and save. So basically now it's like you can go free roam everywhere and do whatever you want, but I pretty much did everything before I started the final main quest. So I think it is time to hold on. There's something I want to put up here. Oh, I don't have anything to put up there. Okay, never mind. So we shall go ahead and rest. And that's the end of this game. So I want to say thank you guys for hanging out with me today. If you like today's content, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and tickle that notification bell. Be notified next time I go live. As always, Golky, thank you for stopping by. Brown Shadow, thank you for stopping by. And anybody else that stopped by, I greatly appreciate it. It helps out the channel. And, you know, throwing a like on the video helps out my channel grow along the way. Like always, I want to bid you guys a good day, a good evening, and a good night, wherever you're at in the world. I'll catch you guys on the next stream. Thank you again.